Sound production.
Good evening, gentlemen. It is your boy, Sirius, and welcome to the stream that I'm going to have today. It's been almost a week, actually, since I last did a stream. Besides me joining on the Chronic stream that one day, but that day was insane, okay? I did not see that shit coming. It was a great ending to Under Chronic's stream, don't get me wrong, but wow. That was fucking insane. But today I want to talk about something that's very important, and I got your boy, the Great Ghost, with me. We're going to take a deep dive on what's been going on lately on social media and in real life. I'm sure you guys have noticed, society is getting way more aggressive when it comes to blaming men lately. I've definitely noticed a lot more. I've noticed that there's a lot of pointing fingers at men, and we're going to break it down Barney style. But before we begin, now letting the Great Ghost, if you want to support your boy Sirius, there's a link on top of the chat, Cash App /Sirius. Any donations appreciated. No pressure. It's whatever. We're just here to have a great talk, have a good time, and I'm gonna make sure I pay attention more to the chat this stream. Okay. Also, there will be another stream later on tonight on my other channel. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'll let you guys know later at the end of the stream. But here's your boy, the one, the only, the Great Ghost. What's going on, man?
Good evening. Got some car repairs, but on the whole, doing pretty good.
Doing pretty well. Nothing too crazy happening in Canada right now.
Apparently, Trudeau's bringing up Bill C-11, but if YouTube's telling me it's a bad thing, is it really a bad thing? I can't even tell anymore.
You might as well wing it at this point. But it's the topic today that I really want to dive into because I was on my way to the grocery store, right? Because I'm like, you know what? I gotta go pick up some more eggs because I do like eggs a lot, and I seen this woman proclaiming that she's homeless and she has her 2 kids, and where I'm at, it's pretty cold outside, and she's chilling over there near the grocery store, like crying and begging for some change and some money. But I was there for like a few minutes, right? And I see just majority of men just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. Just walking right past her. I'm like, damn, that's cold, bro. That is cold. But at the same time, do you blame him?
I've got a very specific memory regarding that. Like, long time ago, like maybe 15 years ago. I'm walking downtown.
Hey, you good? I'm hearing something in the background.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm shuffling cards.
Oh, I was about to say, like, what is happening? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm walking downtown and see a woman panhandling. So, and like I assume, okay, she's hard up. I'm nice. I got a little bit of extra. I'll give her $5. Yeah, $5 to a homeless person. I was a fucking idiot. Anyway, her hand whips out from behind her back so fast to grab it, and I catch sight of fucking like a chain on her wrist, like jewelry.
What? She had jewelry on.
It was like some kind of simple chain. I didn't see any jewels or whatever. It was like, that's a fucking jewelry bracelet. You are not that hard up. If you got something that you could take to a pawn shop on your person. And so that was the moment where I was like, wow. Okay.
And she was quick to snatch that out of your hand.
Oh, it fucking fast as fuck.
She's on some sleight of hand shit. Like, you don't even have time to react.
Like, I ain't seen fucking moves that fast since fucking hustling dudes in Italy, so.
Pretty much, and I'm telling you right now, imagine if you didn't give her money, because there's a lot of people, instead of money, they're like, you know what, let me go just give you some food or something,
I think there was a scene in Scary Movie like that where the dude's asking for $1, and one of the main characters, a girl, is like, oh no, oh, he's just hungry. Pulls a loaf of bread out of her bag, hands it to him. He looks at it shocked as she's walking away, and then he says, I asked for $1, bitch, and throws the loaf of bread at her.
I think I remember that scene. It's insane. And Rudy M. Kush, he says, they have people here dressed in brand new clothes and shoes panhandling at major intersections. Ridiculous. Fuck them. I agree 1,000,000%. I'll call one dude and one, I think there were a couple, a dude and a girl together. I saw the dude with a pair of Yeezys. I'm like, dude, I know you're not out here begging for money. You have a pair of Yeezys on. I'm
like, motherfucker, if you're dressed better than me, you ain't that hard up.
Right? I'm like, you think
like I'm out here in the fucking 10, sometimes 15-year-old t-shirts just because I fucking love them and somehow they still fit, though not as much as they used to. And like fucking repurposed work shoes. And I was like, nah, Nah, if you're out there and you're dressed nicer than me, you ain't that hard up.
Hell no, and I'm quick to call them out too. I'm quick. I guarantee you, they run into their uh Tesla and drive away. Like I knew it. I fucking knew it. Because I hear that in some areas, there's panhandlers making 70 grand a year plus, just begging for some money. I'm like, man,
It's basic. It's going to be kind of like OnlyFans. You're going to get some that do that and make a decent living, and then the other ones that are just fucked.
well, shit, even making 10, 20 grand just for begging for money, that's wow. Like, if I didn't care about my dignity or self-respect, I'll be out there doing the same thing. Hey, don't pay attention to my Gucci shades, okay? Just give me some money. Just put it in the bag. I'm not asking anymore. Put it in the goddamn bag.
Yeah, the difference between a request and a demand is like tone of voice.
Right, and that's another good thing, because when you get free money from random people, it's a lot harder for the IRS to even track that shit.
Funnily enough, though, I heard that you kind of need to report your income, even if you don't report the source.
Wait, even if you like get it under the table?
Even if you get it illegally.
I see what you're saying, because that's how Al Capone, one of the biggest mobsters ever in the U.S., the IRS is the one that took him down. So
Yeah.
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, every now and again that thing from like the Joker's like, I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS? No, thank you. Like that'll pop up every now and again, and I'll just read through the comments. And that's where I saw that, so
Yeah,
it
the
is what
IRS
it
does
like.
not fuck around. Yeah.
Like take what is with a grain of salt, but apparently, yeah, even if you make your money through like drug dealing, you still got to report that shit to the IRS. You don't have to tell them how you got the money, but you got to report that this was your income and you pay your taxes on it.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I'm very, how you say, on point with the taxes part, because I'm telling you, it could be for like what, $100 off. Best believe you be getting letters, or they'll be at your door. Like, it's time to cough up for Uncle Sam. Give me my money. Like, aren't y'all like no different than the gangsters? Like,
Well,
like
yeah,
just gonna
but
come
you
up
see,
into my
but
crib
they're big.
and-
But you know, they have bigger guns.
True.
Like, what is a government but just a mafia with a far larger reach?
Pretty much. Our government is pretty much the biggest gang in the world. Pretty much. Very organized gang. Just
And very boring too. I mean, like imagine any of these Senate meetings and then just be like, would this be enhanced by classy Italian music? No, would it still be boring and infantile? Ah, shit.
yeah, just think of globalism as like a giant hood. And that's the best way you can describe it. Think of world events, globalism, as like you walking through the hood, okay? Like the Bloods are the United States, the Crips are Russia, you know, all that crazy shit. It's an easy concept.
I mean, to be fair, if you wear the wrong shirt and walk down the street, you will get beaten up by government-sanctioned thugs. So, I mean, like I guess they like try wearing a Green Lives Matter shirt out in the street these days.
That is true. And okay, gentlemen, the reason that I bring up this certain topic is because there's, once again, I mentioned before, there's a lot of blame going towards men, and it's getting more aggressive by the day. And have you noticed that as well, Gray? At least on social media, whenever you're on social media, like you see any videos on YouTube or whatever it is, or you go to one of our channels, at least there's countless videos of women like ring all over the place, like ree, goddamn men, fuck passport men, fuck all these men. I'm middle aged. I got kids. Why don't you want me? Like it is getting more intense by the day, in my opinion.
What's the thing? Well, it makes sense. The economy is in recession. We're seeing massive layoffs in the tech companies. Disney just got exposed for like basically creating a slush fund and pocketing a shit ton of cash. Like the economy's in free fall. Houses like are not selling. Like there's been a like major market boom in my area for the past 2 years. It's been fucking dead recently. Like there's talks of housing crisis. Like no, there's places for sale, people. It's just no one can afford to live in them.
But here's the domino effect, right? Because at least with majority of men, if things get bad, like the recession or like whatever happens, we'll find some way to get out of it, such as like get another job or get multiple jobs or, you know, do odd jobs, anything to see if we can get back on our feet. But when it comes to women, and here's the how you say contradiction as well. They want us to like respect them as equals, you know. They want to be, oh, we're equal, you know, men and women, haha. But as soon as you give a job application to a homeless woman, or on one of my videos where this guy offered
$100 to wash my car.
Yeah,
wash my
he
truck,
offered
yeah.
a streetwalker, like, hey, instead of hopping on this D, how about you hook me up with a car wash for $100? Do you know how quick a man would do? Shit.
Is the thing, like if you like if I got a text on a Saturday and said, hey, wash my truck inside out for $100, I'd be like, motherfucker, this is going to be the fucking best paid 3 hours I'm getting for a long time.
Exactly, because let's say
Like, I'm breaking out the fucking pressure washer and the shop vac for this shit.
if you do take your time, that's still around $33 an hour.
Like, motherfucker, for that much, I'd clean out I'd wash the fucking engine for that. I'd do the underside. Like, someone's paying me, someone dumps 3 figures in my lap to wash their fucking truck. That shit's gonna be fucking professional. Like, I gotta give them better value than they'd get for taking it through the car wash for $25, or we're going down to the $2 to $5 self-serve. Now, someone dropping you $100 to wash the fucking car, you better fucking wash that goddamn truck.
And that's just the funniest part. A man will not hesitate. The dude with the truck, he wouldn't be able to finish his sentence before.
Shit, Susan cut you out? No, that's exactly it. Like $100 for 2 to 3 hours of work. You'd like a guy would have to be like basically in a shit ton of physical pain to say no to that. Okay. Trying to figure out whether or not it's just Yeet here. Because it looks like his stream got nuked, but he's still there, but he's frozen. Oh, no, there he goes. Alright, he'll probably be back in a sec. It's probably reset. God damn. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know how many of you guys have caught like RGE recently, but he did a thing on a bunch of the tech layoffs and how they're all the diverse.
You hear me?
Yeah, you're back. Nice.
Yeah, I found the culprit. It's OBS. OBS is overheating the hell out of my computer.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I found the culprit. So I gotta do something about that. I'm back. So where was I again?
$100 to wash a truck. Hose won't do it.
Yeah, they won't do it whatsoever. It got to the point where it's just like, oh no, I want you to respect me and give me my dignity and all that stuff. But I don't want to do any chores. I just want to bust it wide open. I'm like, okay, so which is it? Well, which one do you want?
Well, no, and that's exactly the thing. Like, I was just mentioned this, but all the people that have gotten laid off recently with the tech industry, it's not the engineers, it's not the coders, it's HR and diversity hires. That's who gets laid off. Because so many of these women, like, they're employed technically, but they're not adding value.
Not adding value whatsoever. No, they expect equity.
Like, no, here's the thing. This is probably something that's fucking hilarious. So, an employer hires somebody, right? That's not, like, you pay more than just the hourly wage. You got to pay, like, taxes on the employee, usually some kind of employee insurance. You got to worry about liability. You got to find stuff for them to work at. I actually think that any company that is considering hiring a woman, be like, look, I'd like to pull them aside and be like, look, I'm pretty sure that you would find it cheaper and more valuable to just pay an hourly wage to a homeless woman.
Damn. Seriously?
Well, think about it. If you're going to pay a woman $30 an hour to sit around and drive away talent because she's in HR, would you not be better, but you need, to support a woman for virtue signaling? Would it not be better to not hire the woman, but just give an hourly wage to a homeless woman, the equivalent hourly wage, but then you don't have any liability lawsuits? You don't have to worry about like paying taxes on them. You don't got to worry about them interfering with your company in any way. And you're still supporting a woman, so it makes you look like a good person.
Yeah, I agree. I see what you're saying. I agree. And Iridium Kush, he says they can't lay off any engineers now. We have a shortage of engineers in this country. And that's the fucked up part. Because Elon Musk offered a lot of people that was in Twitter, including the engineers, male or female, like, hey, are you willing to do more hours and work hard as hell? Or you're just going to accept the severance package and be on your way? Do you know how many women is like, nah, fuck this, I'm leaving?
All of them?
Pretty much. Like Elon Musk is like, okay, you're going to actually do your job now. It's time for this to get real. And the women are like, nah, fuck that, I'm gone.
Yeah, again, so, that like that image where it's like Twitter before and Twitter after?
Yeah, I posted that one.
That was apparently Japan Twitter. Like Twitter's Japanese branch.
Where the fuck are the Japanese? Oh, okay, never mind.
In the first one. In the first image, yeah, exactly. The Japanese branch of Twitter before Elon Musk was primarily white Americans. White American women.
That makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense. Now that I think about it, literally majority of the staff that was in that picture was nothing but white women. The most privileged class, in my opinion, ever in history.
Yeah, it was oh god, what the fuck? It was basically like the production, like the writing team for High Guardian Spice saying how fucking diverse they are, and they're all white American women. Every single one of them.
Damn, because I noticed like there's like a night and day in the second picture where I've seen not only just men, but definitely way more diversity as well.
And that's in Japan, mind you.
Yeah,
you saw more diversity in Japan, a country that is, not exactly known for its high rate of immigration.
What's it called? They're known to be
xenophobic
or something like that.
Yeah. What's the thing? There's a I guess the thing. It's funny because on a core level, there's really no difference between xenophobia and racism.
Iridium Kush. See, I can't say for sure because I've never been in the engineering field. But in my opinion, it also has to do with laziness. They don't want to work hard hours. They don't want to work overtime and work over vacation and holidays. Men are way more willing to do all that. So that plays a part as well. What do you think about that, Ghost?
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You know, yeah, lack of discipline. I agree, but there's also other variables as well.
But here's the thing: like, you have to think what. I might be abusing this term, but think about the raison d'etre for men and women. The reason for being. Men work to socialize. Well, no, they don't work to socialize. They work to get the bread. They work to make money. They work to do the work, to create the value,
right?
To gain the skill. Like, that is why women, they are working for social status and to finance their social lives.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like, if you were like to every woman, like, hey, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the respect of your colleagues and skill in your field and money that you earned? Or would you rather I gave you free money and like free money in order to finance you going out and partying, and I gave you a big fancy title that sounded impressive but ultimately doesn't garner you any additional privileges in any industry?
Which I want to speak on that as well. I've noticed, Iridium Kush, thank you for reminding me. That's why there are no women engineers in college. You have to actually learn something. Yes, a friend of mine went to school for engineering a few years ago. He's almost done. And he says that it's weird how it was literally almost all men going to school for the engineering, but in the actual field, such as major companies like Google, Microsoft, or whatever it is that needs, how you say, software engineering, or whatever engineering in general, there's a lot more women than usual. He's like, hold up, like, did you actually go to school for engineering, or is this some affirmative action bullshit that's going on?
You know damn well which it is.
Right, but that's why he questioned himself. He's like, wait, why is there way more women than expected? Hell, at one point it was like almost 50-50.
Now here's the thing. What I would ask any guy who's wondering that, go to the HR department and see if there's a single man working HR.
I have not seen a man work HR. Like, I've rarely seen a man work HR. Rarely.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Women run HR. Guess who looks at a resume first? Any job application first?
HR.
HR. To get into any company that has an HR department, you have to get past the HR lady before you even get in front of the recruiter. That's what happens every time you submit an online application. That's why, like, if you want to improve your odds of getting into getting a job as a man, you need to go talk to the person who hires you directly, however you can manage it.
Make sure your name's not David or John or Sam, because you're kind of fucked at that point.
No, I'm saying that's the thing is.
No, I'm saying like the affirmative action nonsense and the current bias.
That's the thing. The affirmative action nonsense, like, that's going down the drain right now because the activists. Okay, here's the thing. So you look at the homeless woman isn't getting money. That's because charity is drying up. The economy is hard hit. People are pinching their pennies and cutting unnecessary expenses. This includes donations to activist groups. So the activist groups no longer have the money to bribe all the major tech corporations into hiring all these affirmative action people. And so the tech companies are like, well, if we're not getting bribed to do this and we're just taking a loss, then we got to cut the people that are taking value away from our company.
Well, I agree with that. I'm just saying the bias currently right now is still going strong, but I do see what you're saying.
It's going strong.
It's diminishing over time.
Wait, put it this way. If a company is not going to hire you right now because of affirmative action bullshit, that company's days were fucking numbered anyway, and you should be thankful that you didn't waste any time with them.
Oh, of course. I was just pointing out, like, the cis white male nonsense. That's still going to be a thing for a little while.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But it's going to be a thing until everyone who holds on to that kind of shit gets fired. Or loses their job and the CEO takes a golden parachute, and then they're the ones shoving their resumes around. What I'm saying is that if you want to get a job basically anywhere as a man these days, you are better off trying to find the nearest man in authority who can approve you rather than going the usual route of submitting your resume to the HR department, where it's going to fall under a female's view, and guaranteed she's going to try to dig up your fucking social media history, and if she doesn't like you personally, you're not getting that job no matter how qualified you are.
Yep. You a Trump supporter? What?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they discriminate against people with no social media.
No social media? You must be a conservative.
Precisely. That's how you get these ideologues gatekeeping entrance into the place, because the culture of the company changes because the people who determine who gets fired and who gets hired are essentially SJW commissars.
Yes, and I completely agree with everything you just said. The fact that the well is drying up at this point and the jobs are about to be a lot harder to get, especially since, Twitter is one of many examples of women. They don't want to work harder. They just want to sit down, look pretty, and get the same amount of work as a man that's busting his ass. But
that's the thing. They want the money and the status that comes with the job. They don't actually want the job.
Yeah. So now that they're willingly quitting, it's not even him firing people left and right, which is part of it. But he gave other people options: bust your ass or take your severance pay.
Yeah,
like you said,
rip to former Twitter employees Ligma and Johnson.
Stop it. But here's the thing. That's why things aren't looking too well right now. But like I said on my last stream, gentlemen, why are women getting so pissed off about the situation that they created? They made the rules. Why getting pissed off at your own rules? You tell me that. And I haven't heard one valid reason. I'm like, you mad that men don't want to play towards your gynocentric BS anymore? And we can go all night listing countless situations, countless scenarios, countless laws, countless double standards. But you created this. This is what you push for. Hooray, feminism, right? But there's always bad that comes with the good, according to you. Now, the bad is men don't want to deal with your bullshit no more. And you're getting older, and you got no kids. But it's
the very thing is, you hate men so much until you need them to pay for your shit.
Yeah, they're strong, independent.
Strong, independent, don't need no man until a minor inconvenience pops up.
Agreed. Like killing a spider or paying for rent. Yeah,
Or fuck, even just moving furniture.
yeah, even that, and that's the funny part. When I had to move uh a few years ago, I had only one friend available to help, and he helped move my entire place. That one friend. He didn't ask for no money. He didn't ask for anything crazy. He just said, "Hey, do you at least have beer?" I'm like, "You goddamn right, I have beer." And he helped me move the entire thing. Good luck, women that created this environment that men are too afraid to even approach a woman, and soon men don't even want to look at women anymore. Like the fear of being humiliated or possibly getting in trouble.
No, like,
So good
if I,
luck.
well, like here's a great thing. Like new job, coworker. My car needs work. He volunteers to help me out. Gives several hours over the course of many afternoons, coaching me, teaching me how to repair the vehicle, and then supervising it. Doesn't ask for anything in exchange. You bet your ass I got that man some damn good liquor.
Oh yeah. that's
Because
that's a,
like he probably gave me like $1,000 plus worth of mechanics hours. The least I can do is buy him a $70 bottle of liquor.
yeah, that's my only payment as well. Like just hey, you got some to sip on. Yeah, I don't mind helping. I really don't mind. But that's how do I explain it? These women today, Western women, they definitely going to be having it difficult, uh, even worse than now within the next couple years because they're still passing laws that are putting the wedge between men and women, right? Driving the men away.
Well, on top of that too, like what I'm seeing a lot more in my YouTube feed is a lot more men like finding their balls.
Agreed. I agree. There's more and
Like
more
on
men.
it, like honestly, the fucking Giga Chad meme is probably like I'm gonna put that up as fucking meme of the year for 2022.
I agree that should be meme of the year because on top of Giga Chad, on top of the Tate memes, Andrew Tate memes, whether he's a grifter or not, he still gives the young men hope of having a pair and speaking your mind and not giving a fuck. You know, there's definitely a lot more men being more vocal on social media, which I appreciate. But at the same time, we're still getting outnumbered when it comes to these simps. So we only can save who we can with our message, gentlemen. Like we can't save all of them. It
Well,
is what it is.
but that's the thing. Like there's like I've gotten to the point where I can't even feel bad for people who are doing this self-destructive stuff. It's like, look, you're fucking yourself. You want to fuck yourself. There's nothing that I can do to convince you to unfuck yourself. And even attempting is just going to make my life more difficult for no benefit. So I'm just going to put out a rough filter and find out who is worthy of my time and attention and who is not. And just treat people like that accordingly.
I completely agree with both men and women. My circle is hella small. Hell, I don't even talk to all of my family. Like if I don't know you like that, I don't want you in my circle. It will take a while for somebody to earn that type of trust, and that's how it should be.
But and it's funny because like you see, like I don't know, I've caught a couple clips of Balkan Gains because like the algorithm's been recommending that to me lately. Like, channel's nice, not gonna lie. Like it basically just speaks in memes and video clips. But
I'm definitely
like
gonna check it out.
yeah, no, I'd recommend it. But like then I see this woman who's like she's fucking 200 fucking pounds bare minimum, being picky. And I'm just thinking, bitch, I could not get to your weight level if I fucking tried, and I have. The amount of fucking money I would have to spend on food to shove into my face every single day to get to your level of obesity is fucking obscene. Where the ever-loving shit do you get off having any sort of standards when you are a walking liability for any man?
I completely agree, man. I agree. But see, that's where I put the blame on the simps. Because if we had a way less population of simps, we definitely will have a way less women thinking that they're Beyonce, 20-year-old Beyonce.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But at the same time, like, now they're like, a simp is not all simps are the same. There's degrees of simpery. And if you've got someone who's like, if they're way deep into the simp, then yeah, good luck, they're fucked. But there's gonna be those borderline simps, and I think that nothing red pills a simp faster like being rudely rejected by a woman who he knows is beneath him.
That's actually a good example. I agree with that. Some Lanwell rejecting a alpha simp, saying that, oh, you just a little boy, oh, you just can't handle me, oh, you broke, oh, you look like trash.
Or the fucking stupidest thing recently was like, I think something like, I don't like your vibe or something.
Oh, that shit. Okay, yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, they pull fucking random excuses out of their asses, and it's like, what?
Oh, you're a Pisces. We're not compatible. Like, what the fuck?
God, dude, at this point, you're fucking lucky if they fucking find out your astrological sign before they reject you. Like, you are assuming that they care enough to know your fucking star sign or birthday.
But that's the fucked up part. They assume your sign. And that makes it even crazier. They assume what you are. Oh, you're a Leo, aren't you? Yeah, you got those Leo behavior.
I'm getting that Leo energy coming off of you.
That Leo energy, yeah. Like, what? Once again, gentlemen, hey, if you believe in astrology, whatever, but I think astrology is pretty bullshit. It's bullshit. I've known it's been bullshit since middle school. Sorry.
That's the thing.
In the sky, it's cool to look at the stars.
Like, and I still hold out that, like, astrology, the cause is wrong, the effects not so much. Because here's the example. Because astrology is, yeah, sure, it says it's based on the stars and shit, but far more literally, it's when were you born? What time of the year were you born? And I'm pretty sure that you would notice a bunch of different personality traits being more emphasized in people born in the summer versus people born in the winter.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it gets mad annoying when she, assumes that she knows your entire life just based off what she read on the internet.
Well, to be fair, it's a woman and they're all a fucking hive mind. Like, if they ever show individuality, they will immediately seek out a way to crush it and conform to the standard. Like, they're not assuming that you're a Leo. They're not assuming that you're going to act like a Leo because you're a Leo. They're going to assume that you're going to act like a Leo because you saw that you were a Leo and immediately started changing your behavior to fit the Leo archetype.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to understand too hard the female brain because it's fucking ridiculous. Like, not gonna lie, like they're simple, but at the same time they're complicated as fuck.
Okay, honestly, I think that's probably one of the funniest things Because I've watched a fair bit of anime, I read a fair bit of trashy anime, and the more that I read light novels, I don't read anime. But it's funny because you get this collection of girls and they all have very distinct individual personalities, and I'm like, this is a male fantasy. This is the real part of the male fantasy. Not that a large number of women are attracted to a singular man. No, that fucking happens all the time. It's that every woman has a distinct personality and individuality here that is not immediately suppressed by the hive mind.
I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. Actually, some variety. Actually, like, because once again, men in general, we like, different kinds of women. Women are women, right? But we like variety, a lot of differences. But now we got a bunch of wannabe Kim Kardashians walking around. Yes, it's getting weird.
You ever wonder if the fantasy genre is taking off because people realize how much better things were before the internet?
Oh yeah. How you say the manga, if I said it right, they're booming right now like they've never boomed before.
Yeah.
And comic books are dying at a very, very fast rate.
But here's the thing: when it comes to at least most of the stuff I'm seeing, like the internet is either non-existent, solely used for communication, basically like cell phones, or it kind of gathers basic public feedback about certain events. There is like none of this pressure to conform coming out. Like none of the shit that actually the real internet is constantly pushing and the kind of influences and effects it has. And I think part of that too is because, well, like it's not just a male fantasy, it's the Japanese male fantasy. And if there's one thing that you would not call Japan, it is nonconformist.
That's true.
So, like, so that's the thing. Like,
Twitter hates, Twitter used to hate, but Twitter hated various characters, anime characters that Japan was making within the last few years.
Twitter regularly still hates Japan. Like, if you've seen the drama about the Vice article coming out about Japan slandering the shit out of the manga and entertainment industry, don't worry. Japan hate is still alive and well on Twitter.
That's Obama. I'm gonna address this right quick because I don't want to miss it. Where you at? Thank you, Chaz, for the donation. He says, "Hope you're good. Keep it up." Shout out to Gray. Yes, always shout out to the great ghost. And before we continue, if you want to support your boys here at Yeetus, there's a link on top of the chat, or the link that Brandon Trueblood is spamming right now. Cash App /Yeetus. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. So, right now, things are not looking too bright anymore. Let's say pre-2020 situation. Now things are looking very uncertain. Now the pendulum is slowly but surely swinging back into the other direction. And I really do believe it's going to be very right now the pendulum is on the left, is going to swing very hard to the right very soon, especially if there's any type of economic collapse or something that pops off on a global scale.
Wow.
And guess who they're going to blame? Guess who they're going to expect to fix the entire situation?
Well, obviously they're going to expect the men to fix shit.
Right.
But I'm still doubtful of the pendulum because, like, is it swinging back? Yes,
slowly.
But okay, yeah. But here's the thing: it's swinging back, but it hasn't even reached halfway.
Agreed.
Like it hasn't even reached a quarter of the way. It's just starting to move in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's why I say economic collapse or something on a global scale or at least within our country, something big is going to have to happen. So,
Well, that's the thing. Like, the problem is there's two
at least the
options.
draft.
Like, either A, the system is going to break and you're going to get a bunch of, well, you're going to get basically the scenario that Chronic foresees, where everything factions out and you get a whole bunch of warlords popping up all over a United States that has, well, no unity because it's just a whole bunch of warring factions and tribes and people who manage to survive the bullshit. Or you are going to successfully get the Great Reset ushering in communism, where a major communist authority is going to maintain control over a starving and disempowered populace. And in that case, that ain't no fucking swing to the right. That's just a swing all the way to the left.
A lot of blood will be spilled before that even happens. Like,
There's going to be a ton of blood spilled regardless of which way it goes.
right.
Like, if there's one thing we can count on within the next, I'll be generous, couple decades, it is a lot of people are going to fucking die, and not very quickly or painlessly.
Right. But you know what? Yeah, you're right. There will be people that will put up a fight, but there will be a lot more people that won't. Not just because of us, but there will be people that will be too afraid to fight back. Us, we just won't care. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, there's going to be tons of people that, if their slave masters disappeared tomorrow, they would be terrified of the freedom and immediately start seeking out new masters.
Oh, if some reason, things go fucking apeshit on Capitol Hill, and the system suddenly collapses, at least the financial system collapses, such as welfare, all that stuff.
Like, let's for example assume that tomorrow every single politician and major financial holder went, fuck this shit, I'm out, I'm retiring, I'm going to Dubai, fuck all y'all.
Okay.
Like, anyone with any amount of authority was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking my golden parachute to Dubai and I'm gonna fly jetpacks and sleep with like 18-year-old Insta models. And y'all can figure your own shit out. And they just abandoned the West.
Right.
Like, if that happened, there'd be a shit ton of people immediately scrambling for someone to tell them how to live their lives.
But they're not going to like, depending on who's in charge, they're not going to like how it goes.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter whether... That's the thing.
Yeah, I know, it won't matter.
It doesn't matter if they like it or not, because...
I know it won't matter, I know.
No. Because to them, if they're suffering and it's not their fault, it's better than it being their fault.
Right.
Like, it's the victor or victim. They don't want to be responsible for their own bad choices, so they'd rather have no choices and live in miserable circumstances.
Well, whoever is right is in power. So whoever has the power, that person is right regardless. So I see what you're saying. They're going to have to submit, or bad things are going to happen.
Well, no, but that's the thing. There's a difference between submitting to a superior power because you acknowledge that they're a superior power, and submitting to any form of authority.
You there?
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. It was like,
fucked up again.
no, that's the thing. It's like, there's a difference between submitting to someone who you acknowledge as your superior because they're more powerful than you and there's mutual benefit, and submitting because you don't want to be in charge of your life.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Hey, I see under Chronic in the chat. Some submit your camera. You just let's see the bone of your. I had to do something with OBS Chronic. Unfortunately, I think it's because I have too many like arts and stuff opened. I think that's why it's overheating my shit. There will be a second stream later on today, so I'm not done. But I am going to address this right quick. Dax Dog, thank you for your generous donation. He says, dropping my boy another dime. Stay strong, bro. Of course, I always stay strong. I have no choice but to be strong. I have no choice, okay? Because that's what men do. We have to thrive or perish. That's the law of the land, or masculine land. But it's just, it's very hilarious because, before, especially back in 2014, I know there were still a good amount of men that still cared, right? Like still want to have the opposite gender to see where we're coming from about, this situation that we're in right now is pretty fucked up because this dynamic is pretty one-sided. And it's not fair. We need to have some resolution so we're able to, work together 100%, be interdependent. I don't have to worry about getting screwed over by the courts and stuff. But even back then, around 10 years ago, the women were like, nah, fuck this, fuck that. We're going to be equal. But then the equal thing, and I know it's been happening for decades. I'm just talking about the last 10 years. The equal thing just turned to straight up, we're going to dominate you. Men are fucking disgusting. They're lower than dirt. They're only good to go to war and die. Holy shit, kill all men. And now, in 2022, when things are actually getting kind of rough and they need men by their side of the impending situation that may happen, right? Such as, World War III, economic collapse, possible civil war, etc. All of a sudden, now they're making all these videos crying like, where's all the men? They're getting very angry and pissed off that men are going overseas with the passports. They're getting very angry that their Prince Charming wasn't waiting for them at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, but men in general don't give a damn anymore. See, that's the thing. Men are exhausted these days, trying to explain over and over and over and over. Why are you getting mad at us? We're playing the game that you've made. You made these rules. We're just participating. Why are you getting mad at us? But no matter how much you try to explain it, it's like, it's like playing chess with an 8-year-old, and then the 8-year-old just start doing their own thing, but you still beat the 8-year-old at chess. And then they
that's the thing.
Board saying that you cheated. Like what?
That honestly, I'm sorry, but considering when I started playing chess, 8-year-olds can actually play chess with a modicum of fucking integrity. It's more so I think that the best, the common one is playing chess with a pigeon. It's gonna knock over the pieces. It's gonna knock over all the pieces, shit everywhere, and strut around like it won.
What? All right, that was left field. All right, a pigeon. But you do get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, yeah, you're playing the game because I want to compare to somebody that has some type of cognitive motions, such as, hey, let's go with the 6-year-old, okay? Even though there are 6-year-olds that can play chess, it's not likely. A 6-year-old say, yeah, I'm gonna move this piece, even though it's clearly against the rules, but I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna play like this. And like, all right, but then you're still beating that 6-year-old, and then the 6-year-old gets mad and saying you're cheating.
That's the thing. Is like, hey, like, okay, like you can say that all your pawns are queens, but that means all my pawns are queens too. So now it's game on.
Exactly. You know, and that said 6-year-old is like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, wait, wait a minute. You know,
You did that. As soon as you did that, it set precedent.
exactly. You know, it's literally dealing with right now with grown children because, like I said before, and all you guys know as well, if they don't need us, they don't want us. I repeat, if women do not need us, they don't want us. You know,
And that's the thing. And let's be honest, like women need men for everything except what men want to be wanted for.
True. Are you able to elaborate on that?
Like, what do women want out of men? They want labor. They want strength. They want status. And they want the accessory. If they had imagine, for example, a Ferrari, but it is a male android. Like, that is what a woman wants. She wants a fucking trophy, accessory, luxury item. And this fucking male android, it still goes out and earns a shit ton of money just to give it to her.
I completely agree, man.
That's all she wants. She does not give a rat's ass about your fucking hopes, about your dreams, about your desires, your insights, your hobbies, your personality. Anything that makes you a unique individual man to yourself, regardless of your fucking status or wealth. She does not give a fuck. Does not give a rat's ass. At most, it is a fucking cute anomaly. Like, you know how maybe a dog might have a fur pattern that makes it look like it has little booties on. That's what your fucking personality is to her.
Pretty much. I agree with that. But in 2022, and I can pretty sure I can speak on majority of the men that's in this chat right now. We're tired of explaining ourselves. We're tired of explaining the obvious bad behavior and decisions that women are doing in society today, Western women, and how the state and society in general is encouraging that behavior, thus driving men away even more. So the time for discussion, like what Lionel McTow said, at this point, the time for discussion is over. We're just going all out and just calling them. We're calling women out left and right 24/7 now. And that's what's up.
Here's the thing. Imagine for a second, like all the men in chat, imagine for a second that you could have everything that you ever wanted. And all you have to do is pretend to like a woman for her personality.
You there?
Yeah, no, just.
Oh,
did you imagine that?
Yeah, just gotta pretend to like her for her personality. Yeah,
and you are set for life.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. They can't even do that anymore.
That is true. They've. Yeah. I agree. I was gonna go like even further with it, but we'll stay with this one. I agree with what you're saying.
No, but like here's the thing, guys. Like they genuinely don't care, and they can't even be arsed to pretend.
No, they're spazzing out on social media now because for some reason, this weird phenomenon, women today, they just have the urge to announce their heinous atrocities whenever they
Well,
can.
and I think that
Think that
here's I think where that might come in.
what's up?
Because if you look at the incentives, why did women pretend to care in the past?
Out of survival purposes?
Bingo. Because they needed to in order to survive. But women have become convinced nowadays that their survival will be guaranteed through social approval, not individual approval.
That is true. So, how you say they're doing this so they can get the, the you go girl, or you go girl, oh queen slay, that type of stuff. Where they
Yeah,
announce like, yeah, I cheated on my boyfriend.
precisely. They do that because they genuinely feel secure and safe. Does it provide any actual benefits? Fuck no. Is it going to give them any sort of financial security? Fuck no. But they feel it, therefore it must be true.
Oh, it's all about how they feel. Yeah, I agree.
Like that's the thing. Like if you were to confront them with this, is like you are sacrificing any beneficial relationship that you might ever have to give you long-term security in exchange for the approval of strangers on the internet who don't know you and don't give a shit about you. Why are you doing this? They don't have a logical reason.
You're like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this.
No, that's the thing. Like they describe it in feelings, they describe it in emotions, but they don't have any logic.
No logic whatsoever. And I just thought that it's weird that it's been happening for the last I say since 2011, 2012, where this
I think
phenomenon
that
started to
I think that one of the biggest game changers was OnlyFans.
I'll go as far as back as Snapchat.
Snapchat, yes, definitely, but I'm going to say OnlyFans is where it became very public that the approval of strangers was financial security.
So that's what kick it into overdrive. You saying?
I'm definitely saying it's a factor. It's definitely not the only one, but I'd say that OnlyFans was the straw that broke the camel's back, both for girls and guys. Because before it was like, ooh, there's like here's the thing, like if you were on Snapchat, maybe you had a private Snapchat, maybe you were just there for the social media kind of buzz. There was the ambiguity. There is no woman on OnlyFans posting fucking safe for work wholesome shit.
True. I agree. And if they're not making any money.
And here's the thing, because the other thing was Snapchat would delete data. Like that was one of Snapchat's big selling points, is that it deleted the evidence regularly. So there was no evidence trail. OnlyFans, dude, I could find you like a dozen fucking sites right now that leak OnlyFans content.
Poor simps that pay for it.
And that's the thing, is like when it's all out there, and God, honestly, I'm amazed that simps fucking pay for OnlyFans shit. The quality is fucking sad. Like it's just straight up sad.
So what do you say about dating apps? Because I remember being on dating apps when I was in high school, early 2010s. I say that's a big game changer as well, because it's not just Snapchat, it's not just Facebook or MySpace, blah blah. is what dating apps is it? Like Plenty of Fish, Meet Me, Bumble just came
Yeah.
out
Now
too late,
here's the
but
thing with dating apps. There was still that ambiguity that made guy. Here's the thing. There was still that amount of like, well, maybe I could try harder. Maybe I need to write a better profile. Maybe I need to, like, guys could still look at it and blame themselves for the failures. There was still that justifiable level of maybe it's not them, maybe it's me.
agreed. And the chat
Like,
says dating apps are cancer use. Of course, I haven't
yeah,
touched a dating app since 2016.
that's the thing. And
I
then
can't find one dating app on my phone.
that's the thing. And then like all you'd hear are the success stories from dating apps, and any negative stories would just be fucking buried with all the usual slanderous names thrown at them.
Yeah, dating apps are a scam. Like you gotta be honest, gentlemen. It is a whole scam. The only people that are actually winning per se in the dating apps is Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad Tyrone, Muhammad, Pedro.
But here's the thing. I think that this is where this would be the game changer. I haven't been on dating apps for ages, but I am willing to bet dollars to fucking donuts. Like, okay, I would honestly bet right now to anyone who has a dating app, I will bet you $100 Canadian that you can open your app, swipe through 100 women, and at least one of them is going to have their OnlyFans account posted on their dating app profile.
I'm pretty sure you will win the bet.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because the first guy to go through his app, see, oh, she's posted her OnlyFans here. Immediately he realizes that if he he'll realize that if he takes her out for a date, and even if he just gets her like a fucking Starbucks coffee, he could have gotten her nudes for a month for the price of a Starbucks coffee. And then he goes online to an OnlyFans leak site and gets it all for free.
I didn't even have to try.
Well, I had to put in a little bit of effort, but...
Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to mention. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last stream. I don't remember. But another thing that's pretty hilarious that the blame game is like getting intensified, right? You notice how women, they are complaining these days saying that men, they don't approach them anymore. They don't want to go on dates anymore. They want to, interact, right? It's only smash and dash. Okay, so if that's the case, why do you turn around and make up a trend to quote unquote tax men for a bad date? How are you going to say that, oh, men don't approach us, oh, men don't want to talk to me, they don't want to go on dates, and then you turn around and tax a man hundreds or even thousands of dollars if the date doesn't go well according to you?
Yeah, it's like it's like, hey, there's women that'll talk to you for $4.99 an hour. I'm going to charge you $1,000 an hour. Why aren't men talking to me anymore? Because you have a big fucking billboard that's saying you cost $1,000 an hour to talk to. You walk into the fucking grocery store, everyone at the cashier clenches because they're thinking, oh God, please don't pick my lane, please don't pick my lane, please don't pick my lane. I'm going to lose my entire paycheck in the conversation that it will take just to say, like, here's your receipt, ma'am, have a nice day.
Which is like another fucking hilarious situation of, why are you getting mad at us men when you are the one that created the field? You created the rules.
That's the thing. They expect because they didn't expect our behavior to adapt. That's why they're upset. It's like, okay, imagine a restaurant. Like it opens. And it's charging $3 for a hot dog. And they get some customers. And then they're like, you know what? 30 cents for a hot dog. And then they're just flying off the fucking shelf because 30 cents for a hot dog with no change in quality? Fuck yeah. They sell out every single day. And then they're like, holy shit, our hot dogs are selling really fucking good. People love our hot dogs. $30 a hot dog. Why the fuck's no one buying our hot dogs? Those assholes, they bought all our fucking hot dogs when they were 30 cents. How dare they not buy them for $30?
Okay, and I say this all the time. They always forget that, man, we have a special ability to adapt to our situation, adapt to adversity, adapt to obstacles in our lives. Because guess what? It's in our nature to adapt or perish, right? Because we're, how you say, expendable. So
But that's the thing. It's like, we're expendable, but if a man wants to die, he doesn't take the slow way.
agreed. Just quick to the point. It gets the job done.
That was the thing. Like the man, like if a man wants to die, he's not going to be like, oh, I really hate my life, so I'm going to go find some bitch, marry her, work for 30 years to give her absolutely everything, and then once I'm completely broken, destitute, with a broken body, and everyone around me hates me and I've been isolated, then I'll just quietly crawl into a gutter and die of exposure. No, the man does not do that. The man is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep.
And then, like, he ain't gonna fucking give away his fortune to a fucking woman in the time it takes him to do that.
Yeah, fuck all that. No. So I definitely agree with that. So the main reason why they're mad about the rules that they've created is because we've noticed that the game is rigged on a massive scale.
Oh, noticing that it's rigged and lack of participation is one of the best things. Men will play a rigged game if they think that they have a chance of winning, and the upfront cost isn't too much. It's more so that women price themselves out of the market.
True. Well,
I guarantee you, if women made themselves cheaper, but here's the thing, this is where it really gets crazy, because it's not only are the women charging more, they're also demanding higher quality men at the same time. So it's not, again, to go back to the hot dog stand metaphor, it's like the hot dog stand is not only charging $30 per hot dog, but they're also turning people away based on how well that they are dressed. It's like, bitch, it doesn't matter if this dude's wearing like a fucking like sweat stained t-shirt, shorts in the middle of winter, and flip-flops. He's willing to buy your $30 fucking hot dog. Where the fuck do you get off saying no to that?
it's the abundance, man. The abundance mindset.
But that's the thing. Like, they don't have these people showing up. It's like, and that's where it gets the thing. Like, they are so used to having that abundance mindset that they need to maintain it even when objective reality says no. It's like, no, look, the only people that are showing up now aren't the fucking giga chads that turned you inside out 7, 10, 15 years ago.
And
No.
I guarantee you give it up for free.
Yeah, like, you gave that shit up for free back then, and you still would give it up for free if they still showed up. But now you're putting an exorbitant price on it, and you're also cutting out any of the men who are actually on your level, and they're willing to pay your obscene price. Like, again, like, you're fucking overcharging for your product, and you're turning away customers willing to pay you for it.
And that's the fucked up part, Not only they price themselves out of the market. They created conditions to where the man has a 99% chance of losing. Or if I'm going to be more, with statistics, the man has over 50% chance of losing the game. So,
Well, that's the thing. Like, the men who realize that they have a 50% chance of losing the game, they're the ones who don't play the game. The rest are in denial.
I completely agree with that. They don't want to
Like,
listen to. Oh, sorry.
like I'm sorry. Like this fucking blew my mind. Like, can you imagine? Like, I want you to imagine, Yidis, a grown ass man. Like, like older than middle age. Like, who feels happy and proud of his life. He married a single mother of other children, has no children of his own to show for it, and literally gives all of his money to that woman.
Yeah, that's kind of that's stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very stupid.
Like, and he's proud of that.
Oh hell no. No. I can never see myself doing that, and that's a horrible way to go out, in my opinion. Fuck that.
Yeah, like at that point, he's just like that's a man who can't be saved. Oh yeah, and the marriage is sexless too, so we ain't even getting that out of it.
Oh shit! Like what? TFM
Sexless
says?
marriage to a single mother paying for kids that aren't yours, and you don't own a damn fucking thing because everything you own was basically gifted or loaned to you by your wife.
He didn't realize it till it's too late, but even then he's not going to admit it, because just like what TFM says, the BOB, right? Better off blue pilled. Unfortunately, there are men that are like that. They can't accept the truth. They refuse it, because if they do accept the truth, they will most likely eat themselves.
Yeah.
There are men out there like that, Chad. So unfortunately, we can't save them all. We can only help people that are willing to listen. Don't waste your time talking to people, especially if somebody is on their fourth marriage. That person's beyond saving. I'm sorry.
I know another guy who's got 3 ex-wives that he's got a girlfriend. It's like, dude, you don't learn, do you?
Yeah, they have the audacity to come to you, right? Possibly a family member, say, "Oh, come on, bro. There's a lot more fish in the sea, man. Just gotta find that right girl." When when he's on his third or fourth divorce, he wants to come to you and say, "Hey, you should get married." I'm like, bro, like, so your fourth marriage, you still haven't learned your lesson? Are you kidding me?
Hey, Yeet, I'll be honest. My family would have to actually give a rat's ass about my life before they even cared about whether or not I'm having kids.
Shit,
They've all got so much of their own crazy bullshit going on that unless it directly affects them, they do not give a flying fuck.
Okay, yeah, give me 1 second, Gray. Brandon, what's up with this, man? What is that? All right, Brandon, you're getting a little bit too creative. I'm fucking around, but at the end of the day, though, it's very sad and pathetic. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's pretty pathetic that the person that went through the ringer, divorce and family courts 3-4 times, maybe even more, and still haven't learned their lesson, right? Because that's the definition of insanity. He just believes that his situation will change. He will eventually find that right girl.
that's the. I kind of think it's like I honestly, from talking to the guy, I don't even think he's got that kind of hope. It more so feels like someone who is so accustomed to wearing a collar that he doesn't feel right being free.
I see what you're saying. Like yes, I'm gonna go there. The house slave. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
That's-
there. I can't chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't because I'm purple, not black, so
But in all seriousness, right? The house slave. I can't say the actual word, but that person has his life so comfortable, right? Because you know he is getting treated way better than the rest of the slaves that are out there on the field. Like he has a bed, he has warm meals. He's able to live comfortably inside the house. But as soon as the Civil War is over and the slaves were freed, plenty of house slaves, they didn't want to go. They didn't want to leave. They're like, I have it too good here. I don't want to get out of here. This is all I know. They're too afraid to step into the unknown. So
that's the thing. To a certain extent, but I'd even go so far as be like, I don't know whether this actually happened, but it would be more so like one of the field slaves just going back to the field and essentially just taking up their old job because they're like, I don't really want to do shit on my own. Yeah. Like I fucking knew what I was doing. I came out here, I worked the fields all day. I went to the house. I went to the house on the property, slept there, and got up and did it again. I don't want to have to make a bunch of decisions.
Would you say that's comparable to a man that just doesn't want to leave the married life per se? Like they constantly try to, oh, she's the one, and then.
Well, that's the thing. I genuinely think that they don't feel comfortable without a woman in their life giving them some kind of restrictions.
I agree with what you're saying. Because at this point, I don't know if it's just abandonment issues or like you said, he's just so used to his lifestyle that he just can't, he doesn't see himself doing anything else.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I mean, if you've been through 3 marriages and 3 divorces, it's entirely possible that you have spent, well, not even and that's if you don't even like look at childhood on top of that. But if you factor in the time when you have a mother to the time when you get married and are with a woman, or even not even get married, but just have a steady girlfriend that you dote on, there's probably a lot of men who have only been free for a tiny minority of their lives, and most of the time during that was trying to find a woman.
Yeah, that is downright depressing now that I think about it. That is depressing.
Like, I mean, honestly, like, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm actually thinking about it, and between, like, growing up, and then a number of long-term relationships, I think, yeah, I definitely fall into that category. I think that I could easily say I've spent, God, probably more than 2/3 of my life to maybe 3/4 of that involved with a woman of some way. Basically, I'd say that like most men that like haven't been raised by single fathers, they'd probably fall into that category too, at least for the first half of their lives.
Yeah, I was going to say my percentage will be lower than yours.
Yeah, probably.
Because I was raised by a single father until he got remarried. But at the end of the day, it's something that needs to be spoken about as well, because we go hard on the women 24/7, as we should, but we should go even harder on the Sims. you know, yeah, it's funny. He. Let's make a couple memes about the Simps, but we honestly need to have a serious conversation about them.
I think that there's the balance. At least the one that I tried was like number one, pain, because like pain is what gets you to change your habits more so than anything else. And then the second one is understanding. We actually like, okay, so the pain's been inflicted, the wounds are now open. Now we actually try to look at some of the root causes of this stuff. Because then, like, if you can get, because like if you can, like if you hurt the simp, and then you teach them why it hurts. Because let's be honest, like the things that we say, like here, it's like Cuck Murphy. He's ashamed of being a cuck. He knows it's wrong. He knows it's not manly or something to be proud of. He knows. And so calling him a cuck hurts.
Agreed.
But if he was but there's two ways that it cannot hurt. Either A, genuinely proud to be a cuck, or B, not a cuck.
Nah, he went from one extreme to the other, because he definitely knows he will be completely humiliated, because I'm sure he still won't be seen as a,
Well, no. It's not about perception. It's about reality. There's only two ways that being called a cuck is not going to hurt you. And that's if either you're proud to be a cuck or B, you're not a cuck. If you're a cuck but ashamed of it, that's the only way it can hurt you. Same thing with being a simp. If you're a proud simp, then calling a proud simp a simp is not going to hurt the simp's feelings.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say, though. And isn't perception reality?
There's a difference between public perception and your self-perception.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Like Jack Murphy can say, or John Goldman can say, how he's proud to be a cuck or how he's not a cuck. He can say that. He knows what he did, and he knows how he feels about it. That's why calling him out for cuckold stuff makes him storm off in anger. Because it hurts him, regardless of what he says.
I agree with that, but I have to. Solo says simps are a dying breed, both literally and figuratively. I will have to disagree with that.
That's the thing. A simp is not born; they are made.
Agreed.
Because if you were looking at natural selection, then the LGBTQ community would not exist.
Oh no, that's why they want to go after public schools and the media and all
that's the thing. Like sympatry, that is taught to a man. That is enforced by a society and by family. Simps, it doesn't matter how many simps are removed from the gene pool, more are created every single day. Not born, created.
Completely freaking agree. I am going to be doing one more show, and then we're going to have closing thoughts, because once again, I keep doing this, unfortunately. I always say we're going to be doing like an hour, then we just zoom in, because I know we'll be here for a couple more hours, knowing me and Gray. So thank you everybody that donated so far. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to support your boy, the link is on top of the chat. Cash App /Sirius. Okay. Any type of donation is appreciated. And very soon, gentlemen, if Gray is still good to go, we'll have a stream in an hour and a half. We will push it to 10:30. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. An hour and a half, we'll be doing another stream on my other channel. I will be putting up a link and all that stuff soon. So Thank everybody for donating and everybody that's supporting this channel still. Okay, because Susan still hates me. Gray, any closing thoughts about our current conversation about the blame game is getting intensified?
I think I'm going to quote RPM on this one. Her actions are not your fault.
Her actions are not your fault. I agree. I agree because everything you do is a choice. Okay, if she chooses to cheat, it's not because you weren't here long enough. Oh, you just don't care about me. I don't feel love. No, she chose to cheat. She chose to treat you like shit. She chose to create an environment where men are not able to do any type of interaction with women. They chose to do this. So why they're so angry right now? Because slowly but surely they're realizing there's consequences to their behavior. That's why you see a whole fucking flood of women coming to our space right now. It's an entire flood at this point. None of this was an issue until right now in 2022 when doom is looming over the horizon within the next decade. All of a sudden, they want to understand now. And we've been preaching this type of shit since what? 80s, 90s?
Well, let's be honest, we've been praising this shit for as long as feminism's been a thing.
True, but when was the group recognized? I don't know the history.
I go back 100 years to the suffragettes.
You would say that's when the MRA was born as well? Because that's the group I was talking about. That's why I said 80s, 90s.
I guess I wouldn't know enough about that. So yeah, I guess we can say. I guess we could say 80s, 90s, but I think that part of it is because, like, the MRA standpoint used to be mainstream, and over the past century, it got pushed into a niche political movement.
Yeah, the MRA got dismantled by the late 2010s. Not the late 2010s, the late 2000s. Like they got picked apart. Like you rarely hear about the MRA these days.
Yeah.
Or they pretty much became the red pill.
Like that's the thing. Like the legacy of the MRA made it into the red pill and the manosphere. It just stopped becoming a political movement and just became like a philosophy and a realization of the current situation.
Pretty much.
The MRA was basically the bargaining phase. Like if you look at the 5 stages of grief, I'd say that the MRA, like a couple decades of MRA, that was the bargaining phase of masculinity with feminism. Where they're where they're trying to find like some sort of common ground and be like, okay, look, like let's actually, stick true to what you guys said you wanted. And then after the MRAs got crushed, it was like, wow, we were suckers for believing their words. Now we have to realize this, and like there is no reconciliation, there is no equality. There is just their dominance, and they only say equality as pretty words to get people who don't care enough to know any better to agree with them and bludgeon us with their idiocy.
So what would you say MGTOW is? Acceptance?
Yeah, MGTOW is acceptance. It is acceptance that female empowerment leads to male slavery, and just disconnecting from all that shit.
Okay.
Because MGTOW at the end of the day is about disempowering the female on an individual level, because no marriage, no cohabitation. That disempowers the female because she doesn't have access to the resources.
Well, what would you put Red Pill then? Same place or?
Because that's the thing. Red Pill does not actively disempower; it more so informs the navigation.
Right. So where do you put it?
I guess I'd put the Red Pill in the bargaining phase
as well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what is pickup but attempting to bargain with the gynocentric system?
Because, Okay, I see what you're saying. That's because I did preach a lot that, until I see model women protesting in front of the divorce and family courts, I'm not trusting it. So yeah, it's technically bargaining.
Like, that's the thing, and even going overseas, like, you're finding just a lesser degree of feminism, a more tolerable degree of feminism that will allow you to get what you want. But you haven't escaped it.
Agreed. You haven't escaped.
Like, it's like saying, 2022's feminism is pretty shit, so I'm going to go back to 1940s feminism and have a family there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're just pretty much aware that the game is rigged.
Yeah. You're aware, but you're still trying, but you're not willing to abandon the benefits of it. Because you're right. You know what? Because unfortunately, women are still needed to have children.
Okay. Yeah, I see the logic they put in there now. Okay, I agree with all that. I agree with that. Okay. Honestly, that would be a good video, not gonna lie, to make. Just to keep it real. 5 stages of grief when it comes to, I don't know, men, Western men, manosphere. I had to think of a title, but
I'd say like the 5 stages of the manosphere.
Yeah, I should do that then. Yeah,
yeah.
You need to join as well.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a good one. Anything else? You good to go? Anything else?
We're good. We're already over time. So
yeah, we're already way over time. Everybody in the chat, put a 1 if you enjoy the stream. Put a 1. I will be streaming again in like around 1 hour, but on my other channel. So definitely go look at my community tab, and I'll send you the link. Okay? Because the next thing we're going to talk about is the death penalty. Yeah, death and shit.
Yeah, actually, if you've got the link, can you maybe even post it in chat? Because honestly, I have a hard time finding it. So
I did not create the stream yet, unfortunately.
Well, no, but like the link to your channel.
Oh yeah, that shit. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. How the fuck do I even? Oh damn, I'm not even on my channel. Here, we just do this. All right. Y'all still there? All right.
Yep.
Here. If you haven't subscribed to the new channel, go ahead and subscribe. The new channel is pretty much going to be about mail issues still, but we're going to talk about current events or anything that's going on, such as, politics or current events, etc. But it will still be revolved around like, you know, red pill, MGTOW content. Something more important, right? Because once again, we've been saying so much shit for the last 10 years about, oh, female nature, female nature. Let's actually talk about something a little bit more serious this time. I'm sure you agree, Gray.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, given the subject, it's a bit serious. So I'd say there's at least a 10% chance that the channel's going to disappear by tomorrow.
As long as we keep it clean and not say anything crazy, I'm sure we'll survive. We'll survive.
Yeah, I can't make any promises, man. I tend to say pretty outrageous stuff on this subject.
At least able to censor it, okay? Because Susan's looking for any reason.
Oh, I can get creative with the descriptions, yes.
Okay, just making sure. All right, don't.
I'll please the algorithm.
Don't get too based, okay?
I'll be based but censored. How's that?
Okay. On Odyssey and the other platforms, yeah, of course, definitely. I have to get the stream codes and stuff because I do plan on streaming on other platforms at the same time. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be good. But all right, everybody. I will see you guys in around an hour. It's your boy Sirius here, the Great Ghost. I know you're not seeing my skull thing. I'm gonna have to fix this, okay? Because I'm tired of this shit overeating. Thank you, everybody that donated, okay? And hopefully you enjoyed all the gems that we dropped on you today. Okay, it's been a pretty good stream. I enjoyed it. How about you, Gray?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one.
All right, and we are out. See you guys in an hour. Peace.
Peace out.